Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something pretty wild, the new, invisible infrastructure of our everyday reality. Now, I want you to forget that outdated idea of artificial intelligence as some far-off, futuristic concept from a sci-fi movie. Honestly, by the time you just press play on this explainer, your device likely pinged dozens of algorithms just to load the stream, optimize your audio, and adjust your screen brightness. AI has quietly and permanently woven itself right into the fabric of our lives. So today, we're going to explore exactly how this invisible companion operates behind the scenes, reshaping literally everything from our basic morning routines to our absolute most critical decisions.
So let me ask you, how many times has AI actually helped you today? It's super easy to assume that interacting with algorithms is something only, data scientists and software engineers actively do. But the reality? The integration is utterly seamless. From students and homemakers to informal workers and corporate executives, every single one of us is continuously exchanging data with intelligent systems. And the crazy part is, we rarely even notice it's happening. Let's just look at a typical day. In the morning, you aren't just woken up by a dumb clock anymore, right? Smart alarms are actively analyzing your sleep cycles to wake you up during your lightest phase of REM. Then, by the afternoon, intelligent systems are tracking your activity patterns, identifying cognitive fatigue, and automatically blocking out time for a break to keep your time management brutally efficient. And when evening finally rolls around, your downtime is heavily curated. Platforms like Netflix and Spotify use collaborative filtering, basically matching your highly specific behavioral data against millions of other people to serve up exactly what you want to watch or listen to. You don't really search anymore. The algorithm just anticipates what you need.
And this proactive management extends incredibly deep into our domestic lives. Through virtual assistants, complex information retrieval happens in literally milliseconds. AI is seamlessly regulating our room temperatures, managing dynamic lighting, and even auto-populating grocery lists based on how fast we consume things. Honestly, it's practically allowed us to entirely outsource arguments about the living room thermostat to software. But what makes this so powerful is the rapid evolution of natural language processing. These systems, they don't just transcribe audio anymore. They parse context, they adapt to regional dialects, and they even analyze your unique intonation to make every interaction feel remarkably, almost shockingly conversational.
All right, so that's our home life. Let's move on and look at the transformation in the work world.
The pandemic really acted as a massive catalyst here. It accelerated digital transformation and pulled this proactive intelligence directly into our professional lives. We are experiencing a fundamental paradigm shift from cognitive fatigue straight to creative freedom. Think about it. In the past, the ecosystem forced us to work longer hours wrestling with manual calendars, physical reminders, and just endless repetitive administrative tasks. Today, automated ecosystems take over all that heavy lifting. Algorithms rapidly generate reports, analyze massive datasets, and even predict near-term market trends. By delegating all that rote admin work to software, our human capital is freed up to focus on what algorithms just can't do: intuitive creativity and high-level strategic decision-making. Working smarter, not longer.
Okay, let's break this down even further. We're going to look at the 6 new faces of AI.
Phase number 1, the personal assistant. These interfaces have fundamentally shifted from reactive tools, like just asking for today's weather, to highly proactive agents. Armed with deep personalization, they can now autonomously negotiate calendar conflicts, book appointments without you even prompting them based on your historical availability, and synthesize complex data sets so you can make rapid, data-backed decisions on the fly. They're a real game changer.
Number 2 is fast learning. This proactive intelligence is completely upending education. We are seeing a massive shift toward adaptive learning. Applications don't just serve up static textbook material anymore. They dynamically map out a user's highly specific cognitive strengths and weaknesses. The AI automatically scales the difficulty of exercises in real time. It's effectively providing personalized one-on-one tutoring at a massive global scale, which is something that was historically completely impossible.
Moving on to phase number 3, digital banking. The impact here is really twofold: security and speed. On the back end, real-time fraud detection analyzes millions of transactions a second to flag anomalies instantly. And on the front end, the speed of everyday banking has totally skyrocketed. Smart chatbots manage budgeting inquiries, while behind the scenes, credit approvals are drastically accelerated. Interestingly, risk analysis now frequently factors in micro-behavioral data. Get this. They look at things like how fast you type or navigate an app to instantly verify your identity and approve applications.
Number 4 is online shopping.
We absolutely all know that feeling of looking at a pair of shoes online and suddenly our entire internet experience revolves around that exact pair of shoes. Well, that is the dual-sided nature of the algorithm at work. For the buyer, features like image search and virtual try-ons anticipate our desires and completely eliminate friction. And for the seller, the exact same system is instantly adjusting dynamic pricing curves, maximizing digital ad spends, and balancing physical warehouse stock globally. It's optimizing the whole shebang.
The fifth face is healthcare. The same basic principles powering that smart ring on your finger or the watch on your wrist, the ones tracking your biometric stress markers and sleep cycles, are being aggressively scaled up in clinical settings. Deep learning models in modern hospitals are now analyzing highly complex oncology scans and radiological imaging. They're actually assisting doctors in accelerating disease detection and making incredibly precise diagnostic decisions. It's literally saving lives.
Finally, the sixth face, public services. This is where AI is truly democratizing access. By deploying 24/7 intelligent systems, governments are actively breaking down historic bureaucratic barriers for millions of people. These systems can process incredibly complex documentation and, crucially, they are advanced enough to understand niche, regional dialects in local languages. It is a staggering achievement in scale that turns a grueling all-day trip to a government office into a simple, frictionless digital interaction right from your couch.
But we do need to look at the other side of the coin. Let's talk about the dark side, privacy and dependency.
Now, we impartially need to examine the catch here, because all of this incredible convenience requires an invisible transaction, the privacy tax. In exchange for a perfectly frictionless life, we are continuously trading away our geospatial data, our private communication habits, and our absolute deepest behavioral quirks. Now, this isn't inherently malicious, but it definitely demands serious digital literacy. Without understanding how these systems operate or how to manage your own security architecture, this deeply personal, highly sensitive data has the massive potential to be mismanaged or exposed.
And beyond just the technical risks, this brings us to a phenomenon known as algorithmic dependency. There is a profound psychological factor at play when we constantly offload our critical thinking. Think about it. Just like physical muscle atrophy occurs when you stop lifting weights, there's a very real potential for cognitive atrophy. As we continually delegate our remembering, our analyzing, and our daily decision-making to automated systems, we genuinely risk losing our own independent analytical capabilities.
Which brings us to the ultimate question. If algorithms are doing all the remembering, all the planning, and all the heavy analyzing for us, what actually happens to human capability? Are we upgrading our lives, or are we quietly downgrading our own minds? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I'm going to leave you to ponder that one.